If you want to support the channel and buy life-improving products, check out the Zyback TV Amazon shop. Link will be in the description. What's up, guys? Today I've got a review of the new iPhone X. This thing's been out for about a month, so I figured I'd give you my first impressions of it and let you guys know what I think. I'm not known for having the hottest new gadgets, especially when it comes to phones. In fact, the last phone I had was the iPhone 5. And yeah, so big jump there. That's one of my biases, is that I am jumping from the iPhone 5 to the iPhone X. So keep that in mind as I give my first impressions. Also, another thing to keep in mind is that I did get this phone through my work. This is a work phone, and I did not pay the $1,000 out of pocket personally. The way our business plan is structured, I guess since I had had my phone for so long that I could get this one not for free, but you know, at very little cost, just due to the way the plan is structured. So I personally did not pay the $1,000. Keep that in mind as I give you this review. Another thing to keep in mind is that I fucking hate Apple. I am, I would say a bit of a tech enthusiast, especially when it comes to PCs and general performance. I would be what you would call a power user in a lot of situations. And Apple is just, they really almost actively try and shit on that community. And I've had overwhelmingly negative experiences with iMacs and MacBooks. I hate them. I really, really hate them. Anytime somebody says that they're good for video editing, it triggers me to no end. I cannot stand Apple computers. So, let's get into the pros. There's a lot of them. I'm going to be honest. I want to be a hater. I really did. I really did want to be a hater with the phone, but there's a lot of really, really cool shit. So I got the silver phone, and I do have a case and a screen protector on it. I'll link to that in the description down below. I think it's a Spigen case. It makes your phone still look pretty snappy. So got the silver phone. And the first thing I noticed is that it's got a really, really high quality feel to it. It's got a nice weight, and it's very satisfying to use with the haptic feedback. And this is where Apple just really crushes it. Even Apple haters kind of go, yeah, it is very satisfying from an aesthetic feel. It just feels good, and it's hard to really lock down what that is. I think a lot of it's just the haptic feedback, the little vibrations when you're scrolling through the menus, the little clicks, the sounds. They've really got that dialed in. They're really hitting those endorphins, or they've got some fucking brain shit going on there, because it does feel nice to use. So that's a big pro there. The gestures, the swiping up and all that new stuff that people are worried about, the lack of a home button, all of that, very intuitive, very easy, very reliable. I haven't had any issues with that whatsoever. It just works. Some people with smaller hands, I guess, complain with reachability and not being able to use the phone with one hand. I'm 6'5" in real life, so I don't have any issues using the phone with one hand. But keep that in mind, that the extra screen real estate might make it harder to use it with one hand with some of the gestures, but personally, no issues there. The display is fantastic. Super high pixel density, looks great, very bright. Even, again, this is another point where the Apple haters, even on the fucking Macs, the displays are nice. I gotta give them credit there. I think Samsung actually made the display, but whatever, it's in the Apple phone. Looks good, and it does. It just looks really good. Next up, the camera is unreal. Now, I've been out of the smartphone game for a long time. I realized that lots of phones have good cameras, but this camera is pretty unreal. It takes great pictures. Follow me on Instagram, by the way. I'm actually posting content there. I'm trying to get that off the ground. Fucking do it. God damn it, guys. Come on. So it takes phenomenal pictures, probably in line with the other top smartphones, to be honest, but the video really shocked me. This thing can do 4K 60 frames a second. That's pretty incredible, and it looks good. Wow. That's all I gotta say, is that is pretty impressive. I've got a legit 4K camera, And yes, this camera is better from a production point of view, and I can shoot video longer with memory cards and stuff like that. And yeah, it probably would look better on the official camera. that I've got. But the thing is that the best camera that you have, the best camera there is the one you've got. And I've got this thing in my pocket all day. I'm not going to be carrying around this camera all day. And I've got to say, man, I know it's not news, but like true camera manufacturers like Sony and Canon and people that make like legit camcorders and legit cameras, dude, they have got it rough because these cameras on these phones are just getting bananas. So the camera is incredible, 4K 60 frames a second. I mean, wow, that's pretty bananas. So next up, another thing that's nice. So since the iPhone X has a glass back, that does mean you can charge wirelessly. I have no issues charging through this case, so if you're interested in this case, no issues charging wirelessly through it. That is convenient. Newer cars have that wireless charging thing, and it's just cool, man. It's just cool to be able to charge your stuff up wirelessly. Haven't had any issues with the battery life to where that's really been much of an issue. And you've also got the fast charging option if you want to. I think you need to spend, close to $70 to get the full-blown fast charge with the super powered adapter and the right cables and stuff. It's like close to $70. And that's pretty impressive. Personally, I don't have that. I don't think I need that. But you can charge, I believe, 50% of your battery in 30 minutes. Like, that's pretty damn impressive. So, another thing there. Now on to the biggest positive of the iPhone X. Well, maybe not the biggest, but the one that really surprised me, the one that I thought that was just going to be freaking dumb, and that is the Face ID. The phone unlocks with your face. I was not expecting that to be good in general. I thought it was just going to be stupid. It was going to be something I would turn off. But complete 180. Absolute complete 180 for me on that. Not only is it good, it is fantastic. And I think it's the future. It just works. Like, it just freaking works. Now, I know some people have had bad experiences with this. And I think that for the most part comes down to when they set up their Face ID, they didn't do it in good lighting. I just recently reset it back up. I've never had any issues with it, but I just recently reset it back up in this room here with good lighting, and took my time and really did it slowly around. So I think if you just sorry about that. I think if you just really quickly went boom, or setting up your phone and didn't really give a shit, then you probably don't have as good of a time with Face ID as I do. However, Face ID for me works phenomenally. I just forget it's there. I just look at my phone and boop, swipe up, and it just, the second I swipe up, it unlocks. I don't even have to wait for it to unlock. It just goes. So that's a great feature in my opinion. And one of the things that's really great about it is that as more apps support Face ID, it'll be even more valuable because, for example, Vanguard, which is a stockbroker app that's on the iPhone, that uses Face ID. Now, that is something that you don't log into super frequently. That's something where you have a unique password for it, and you don't log into it super frequently, so it's kind of easy to forget that kind of password. But when you can just log into it with Face ID, that's great. I really think this Face ID stuff is the future, because it just works, man. I'm blown away by how well it really works, and it works in the dark. I can be laying there in bed and just go, ooh, and it'll pick it up. It's great. So Apple fucking killed it with that. Now let's get into the downsides of the phone. The first downside I immediately noticed is that closing apps is a little bit more of a pain in the ass than it is on previous iPhones with the home button. The previous iPhones, you just double tap the home button, swipe up, you can close out of everything really, really quick. With this one, you swipe up and hold it, and then you have to hold the tab, and then it lets you close them out. It just takes a little bit longer. This is sort of grasping at straws, and this is something that honestly is not that much of an issue. The idea is that you're not even supposed to close apps because you don't really have to, but I'm someone that is a chronic app closer just due to the fact that I had a 5-year-old phone for so long that if I didn't close the apps, it would start locking up on me and slowing down. So if you're also a chronic app closer, keep in mind that process is slower. It's a little bit more annoying. And I hope they fix this in a software update. I hope they just let you swipe up and then just swipe the tabs up. I don't know why you can't do that. there doesn't seem to be a gesture blocking that. Oh, somebody's blowing me up. There doesn't seem to be a gesture blocking that, so I don't know what the deal is. Anyway, what else could be a potential con? The notch can be potentially annoying. Personally, I don't mind it. If you're using your phone normally in portrait mode, the notch, I don't even notice it. I think it's worth it. I think it's worth it to have the extra screen real estate. They have to put the speaker and the camera and the Face ID. It has to go somewhere. So personally, I think the notch is worth it. Yes, if you're watching widescreen movies, that notch will get in the way, so that could potentially be annoying. But personally, not that big of a deal for me. But I can see why people could maybe not like it, but dude, doesn't bother me at all. And the last thing, the durability is questionable. Now, I've seen some drop tests on YouTube, and it's questionable. Some of the drop tests, the thing does very well. It's got like stainless steel borders, and it's pretty incredible how some of them. But other drop tests, they drop it like 5 feet, and it's just done. So get a case. I'll link to my case, and I'll link to my screen protector down below. Definitely do that. But also, yeah, you're going to want to be careful. You're definitely going to want to be careful because it is super expensive to replace. This is where another tally in the fuck you Apple department goes. It is very expensive to repair these things. I think it's like 200 if you break the glass, it's like $250. Maybe even more. I think 250 is how much it costs to get that fixed. So definitely get a case. Definitely don't be really reckless. Yeah, my phone has taken a tumble. I was on the pull-up bar doing leg raises, and I had my phone in my pocket. And obviously, if you're doing leg raises, pocket slip, and the thing fell, hit the metal fan. It didn't take a super hard fall, but it did hit some metal on the way down, and it lived. It survived. No cracks, no blemishes, no nothing. But again, it wasn't a case. Did have a screen protector. And from what I've seen, if you get a case and a screen protector, you're probably going to be all right. I mean, the thing is pretty high quality in terms of build quality. It's pretty fucking solid. So yeah, but it's expensive. So yeah, expensive. Get a fucking case, get a screen protector, and you'll be all right. You'll survive. So anyway, that's my thoughts on the iPhone X. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and let me know what you guys think. I'm somebody that, really, I wanted to hate the phone, man. I really did want to hate the phone, but damn it, it's pretty slick. It's pretty damn slick. So let me know what you guys think. Hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you next time. Have a good one.